Welcome to the Daily Global Brief, your essential podcast for understanding today's most significant world events, brought to you by Juba Global News Network. I'm Marcus Thompson, your host, and with me today, offering her incisive perspective, is the distinguished art critic and cultural observer, Marie Dubois. Marie, it's a pleasure to have you join us for episode 3. Thank you, Marcus. It's a pleasure to contribute to such an important global dialogue. I believe, even in the intricate tapestry of news, there are always deeper patterns, a certain art to how events unfold and impact the human experience. Indeed, today we're dissecting critical developments across the globe. We'll begin with the ever-evolving global economic landscape, where inflation remains a stubborn challenge for many nations, despite concerted efforts by central banks. This ongoing economic pressure impacts everything from daily household budgets to international trade agreements, influencing policy decisions and market sentiments worldwide. The question remains, are we seeing signs of stabilization, or is this a protracted struggle for economic equilibrium? Our lead story today focuses on the global economy. The International Monetary Fund recently released its updated outlook, projecting a slight slowdown in global growth for the coming year, largely attributing this to persistent inflation and tighter monetary policies. While some major economies, like the United States, show surprising resilience, the Eurozone and parts of Asia are still grappling with elevated energy costs and supply chain disruptions. Central banks, including the European Central Bank and the Bank of England, have signaled that interest rates may remain higher for longer to tame price increases. This presents a delicate balancing act for policymakers, aiming to cool inflation without triggering a significant recession. Marcus, it's fascinating how these economic forces paint such a vivid picture of human resilience and vulnerability. From an artistic lens, one observes the everyday choreography of life adjusting to these shifts. Beyond the statistics, we are witnessing a re-evaluation of societal values, a return to frugality for some, while others navigate precarious financial terrains. The performance of global markets often overshadows the very real human drama unfolding within households. This economic narrative is a complex composition of hope, struggle, and adaptation, profoundly shaping our collective experience. Transitioning from economics, we turn our attention to the urgent issue of climate change. The latest report from the World Meteorological Organization has painted a stark picture, confirming that 2023 was the warmest year on record, underscoring the accelerating pace of global warming. We're seeing an increase in extreme weather events worldwide, from devastating floods in Southeast Asia to prolonged droughts in the Horn of Africa and unprecedented wildfires across North America and Europe. These events are not isolated incidents, but rather clear manifestations of a changing climate, demanding more aggressive and coordinated international responses. The human and economic costs continue to escalate dramatically, making climate resilience an urgent global priority. Indeed, Marcus. From an artistic perspective, these climate phenomena are not merely scientific data points. They are dramatic narratives unfolding on a global stage. The sheer scale of these natural forces redefines our understanding of human impact. We witness the sculpting of landscapes by fire and water, the erasure of coastlines, and the recomposition of ecosystems. It's a tragic masterpiece of our own making, forcing us to critically examine our relationship with nature. The urgent calls for action are not just policy recommendations. They are pleas for a fundamental shift in our collective artistic vision for the planet, a plea to respect the intrinsic beauty and delicate balance of our natural world. The dichotomy, Marcus, between the urgency of the crisis and the measured pace of human response is a captivating, if at times frustrating, study in societal dynamics. As an observer of forms and narratives, I see nations struggling to compose a cohesive global response, often fragmented by national interests. Yet, within the innovation, there's a magnificent display of human ingenuity, a creative spirit striving to harmonize technology with ecological responsibility. It's a testament to our capacity for design thinking on a planetary scale. We are attempting to reframe our future, to paint a new portrait where progress and sustainability are not mutually exclusive, but intertwined in a grand, shared vision. Moving to global security, geopolitical tensions remain a significant concern, particularly in the Middle East and Eastern Europe. In the Middle East, we're witnessing ongoing diplomatic efforts to de-escalate regional conflicts, with several nations engaging in intricate talks to prevent wider instability. The humanitarian situation in conflict zones remains dire, with calls for increased international aid and access. Meanwhile, the conflict in Ukraine continues, impacting global food and energy markets and intensifying the debate around international alliances and collective security. World leaders are walking a diplomatic tightrope, attempting to assert national interests while upholding international law and promoting peaceful resolutions. The stakes are incredibly high. The geopolitical stage, Marcus, is a compelling, if often tragic, drama. As an art critic, I observe the performance of diplomacy, the delicate balance of rhetoric and action, the strategic positioning of alliances like pieces on a chessboard. Each declaration, each military movement is a brushstroke on a complex canvas of power and ideology. We are witnessing the very human struggle for dominance and peace, often played out with profound consequences for innocent lives. The narrative of conflict is consistently a study in human nature, its capacity for both profound destruction and persistent yearning for harmony. It's a stark reminder of the fragile artistry required to maintain global stability. Recent reports indicate that despite significant challenges, back-channel diplomacy is quietly working behind the scenes in some flashpoints. For instance, recent negotiations regarding maritime disputes in the South China Sea, while slow, suggest a continued commitment to dialogue among regional powers. However, the shadow of proxy conflicts and humanitarian crises continues to loom large. The international community grapples with the effectiveness of sanctions, peacekeeping missions, and humanitarian corridors. These tools are often tested against deeply entrenched historical grievances and competing national ambitions. Finding common ground remains the ultimate challenge, requiring immense political will and a sustained commitment from all parties involved. It's within these nuanced discussions, Marcus, that we see the architecture of international relations at its most intricate. The subtle shifts in alliances, the unspoken agreements, the carefully crafted statements all form part of a grand design, striving for equilibrium. The art of diplomacy, when truly mastered, is about finding beauty in compromise, about sketching shared futures, even amidst profound disagreements. Yet, the human element, the passions and biases that drive national identities, can so easily shatter this delicate construction. It is a constant negotiation between the ideal and the practical, an ongoing attempt to sculpt peace from the raw, often chaotic, materials of global power dynamics. Finally, we turn to the technological frontier, where artificial intelligence continues its rapid ascent, reshaping industries and daily life. The past quarter has seen unprecedented advancements in large language models and generative AI, leading to breakthroughs in fields from medicine to creative arts. Companies like OpenAI and Google DeepMind are pushing the boundaries of what machines can do, from synthesizing human-like text to designing new materials. However, this rapid progress is accompanied by growing concerns about ethical implications, job displacement, and the potential for misuse. Governments and international bodies are now scrambling to draft regulations to ensure AI's responsible development, highlighting a global race to harness its potential while mitigating its risks. Marcus, this is a truly fascinating tableau for an art critic. We are observing the creation of a new form of intelligence, and with it, a fundamental rethinking of human creativity and authorship. What does it mean for the art of writing, painting, or composing when algorithms can mimic and even surpass human endeavors? The lines between creator and tool blur dramatically. While the efficiency is undeniable, we must critically examine the impact on the unique spirit of human expression. The regulation of AI is not merely about codes and algorithms. It is about safeguarding the very essence of human ingenuity and ensuring that technology serves to elevate, not diminish, our most profound artistic and intellectual faculties. It's a masterpiece in the making, but one we must carefully critique. Indeed, the ethical challenges are complex. The European Union recently passed its landmark AI Act, setting a global standard for AI regulation, categorizing systems by risk levels, and imposing strict requirements on high-risk applications. Other nations are following suit, recognizing the urgency of establishing guardrails. Beyond legislation, there's a robust debate about data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the potential for AI to be used in autonomous weapon systems. The global community is tasked with fostering innovation while ensuring accountability and transparency. This balancing act requires a concerted, multidisciplinary approach, bringing together technologists, ethicists, policymakers, and indeed cultural commentators like yourself, Marie, to shape a future where AI benefits all of humanity. Precisely, Marcus. The conversation around AI must extend beyond the technical and into the realm of philosophy, ethics, and human values. We are, in essence, designing a future society, and AI is one of our most potent new tools. How do we ensure this design enhances the human condition, rather than simply optimizing for efficiency? We must actively curate the development of AI, prioritizing fairness, accountability, and the protection of individual and collective expression. It's an opportunity to create a truly innovative and humane future, but it demands careful reflection on what it truly means to be human in an increasingly intelligent world. It's the ultimate act of creative responsibility. A truly profound observation, Marcus. Today, we've navigated the intricate landscapes of global economics, the pressing realities of climate change, the delicate dance of international diplomacy, and the transformative power of artificial intelligence. Each story, while distinct, is deeply interconnected, painting a comprehensive picture of our rapidly evolving world. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for making informed decisions, both individually and collectively. Marcus, thank you for your insightful commentary and for bringing such a unique, critical perspective to these global affairs. My pleasure, Marcus. It's always a privilege to contribute to such a vital platform for understanding the deeper currents shaping our shared human story. Until next time. And thank you, our listeners, for joining us on the Daily Global Brief. We aim to provide you with concise, digestible summaries that build a continuous understanding of world events. We'll be back tomorrow with more in-depth analysis of the stories shaping our world. For Juba Global News Network, I'm Marcus Thompson.